Hello, my name is Andrew Courtois, and I'm going to go over this level that I created for my final art pass for CGT 345. Now, I just want to say ahead of time that all of the meshes that were used in this level, I did not create. The rocks and the structures here you can see are from Soul Cave and I believe Paragon. No, all Soul Cave assets. And the crystal and the crack texture right here are also from the internet, as well as the font that's used in the UI. So before I go into the nitty gritty of the code behind the level, I'm going to just run through it real quick. So I wanted to create a level where you have to collect certain items to unlock the exit. So right here, it's a collecting level where you have to collect 4 crystals, 1 from each branch, and repair 8 cracks in the environment. And repairing the cracks actually changes these little icons here to the color of the crystal. So I'll show you when I repair that crystal. This one should turn blue. I'll do that real quick. And this is just a built-in reminder that not all of the cracks have been found and repaired yet. And so what I wanted to have this branch be is a more maze type feeling level or area. And so you go through around these crystals that are pulsing, kind of fumbling away in the dark, but you can still see the crystal in you can still see the blue crystal through the normal crystal, so you can still see that you're getting to your objective. And when you pick it up, you don't have to go through it all again. These will raise up and allow you to walk on through. And then once you get a crystal, you can put it on these pedestals with the corresponding color. And then once you get all 4, the portal to the next level will open up. So this one, I just wanted to have like a little kind of jumping puzzle. So you have to jump across these crystals, repair the 2 cracks, and grab the purple crystal there. And it's also set up to where there's actually a checkpoint system. So if you fall down here, it should respawn right here. And I actually had some issues with that because I had it to where it was actually just physically respawning the character with a whole new state. So what actually happens is once you fall into the kill zone, it just teleports you back up. So it keeps the state of your character. Now this one also, same thing. When you fall in, it resets your checkpoint so that it's right here instead on this branch. But it also saves your state as well. So just gotta run over here and, oh, fell in. But again, the character state should save. So once you grab this final crystal and repair the final crack, the UI goes away besides the prompt, place the crystals on the pedestals, and then once you place the last crystal, the portal opens up. And this takes you to the next level, which currently is not finished, but I'll go through it anyway just to give a little sneak peek of what that would look like. And now we head back to the crystal level, and I can show you a little bit of the code behind this. So you spawn right here, and then I actually had to play around with the hitbox for these cracks to make it feasible to hit, because we were having some hitbox issues where the character line trace actually wouldn't hit the crack at some points, which was very odd to me. And here's a little bit of the code behind the third-person character. So when you press E, you have a line trace, and we can actually change this so that we can see it in game. And so when you press E, a little line comes out. And so we were having issues, or I was having issues, where it wouldn't pick up no matter how many times I pressed on it. So I'm glad that finally managed to get that worked out by making the hitbox very large. And depending on the item that you hit, it'll target this interaction interface, which you can use to have different items do different things. So when it casts to all these cracks and the crystals, it adds it to these variables and keeps track of it for other uses. So when you have all 8 cracks, then it counts that over here, gets the crack count if it's equal to 8, and you have all 4 power crystals placed, then this branch will work. And this also sets all crystals, all cracks, as in you have all the crystals and all the cracks, which I was going to use for this, but I wanted you to have to place the crystal on the pedestals, and this will spawn the exit portal. And I do have this on event tick, so in order to prevent it from prevent the particle system from just constantly emitting, I made this exit spawn so that if once it spawns once, it sets this to true and it doesn't spawn anymore. And in addition, this is the respawn area. So I actually, when I was messing around earlier, I cast to respawn, which is the, I believe it is the volume right here. This should be the respawn volume. Yes, there's two respawn volumes, one there and one there. So when it casts to them, it gets the checkpoint and sets it. And this is just to put the UI up, and you can press escape to quit game. That was for packaging purposes. And I think that is a good amount. Here we have another event tick where this just keeps track of the, this is how you change the, I changed the material on these because these are all one mesh. So what I had to do was go in, highlight all the faces, and actually assign them a new material and reference that new material in the level blueprint, so that it sets the vector parameter of the material by getting a reference to the pedestals. And so depending on which crack you repair, it sets that up. And these are just for development purposes, which I accidentally left on. And this is how you get the crystal walls to raise up once you get the power crystal, the blue power crystal. And that is a good amount of the coding, actually, right there. I think in terms of the reasoning behind level design, I just wanted to create a level where it's just got a little bit of collectivism, or a little bit of a collector mindset, where you have to collect everything in order to get out. And I wanted to create an interesting visual way to display that using these pedestals, which I did not explain, so it could have gone unnoticed, quite frankly. But if I had to change anything, I think I would change these probably, so that it would be a little bit maybe darker, maybe move this light around, or make the lights not as bright in the crystals. And I did get some advice to change the variance of the crystal structure, which I will definitely do in the future, because I do agree that having just one crystal type, it kind of makes everything a little bit feel the same. So I will definitely do that in future iterations. But other than that, this is pretty much everything that I have on this level, so thank you very much.